Oh, Lord. Getting old, as we all are, I guess, but I'm feeling it lately. This is a business. This business kills you as you get older. You don't see a lot of old people on television. We don't see them anymore, unless they're in some bladder control commercials. That's like our vision of the future. You're either dying in some life alert thing or just worried about your bladder. If I could only stop pissing so much, I just piss. There was like shuffling off somewhere. What a fucking miserable future. You just don't see old people on TV. That's one of the reasons I think John McCain looked so creepy during the campaign. He's not that old, but we're just not used to seeing people like that on television. It looked weird. You had cool hip Obama, and then this angry little bridge troll. It's like, he's dragging his fucking club foot around. He's a candidate of change. I'm going to change. I'm a maverick. The maverick. I'm going to change everything. What are you going to change, John? You're 105 years old. What was he going to change? Dinner at 4 o'clock for the whole country, maybe, A quick episode of Murder, She Wrote, and off to bed. He couldn't believe he was losing. He couldn't believe it. Did you see how unglued he almost came during the last debate? Holy shit. He came this close to going, he's black! What the fuck, really? How am I losing? I'm a fucking war hero. I'm losing to a 40-year-old Nigerian or some shit, whatever the hell he is. His name rhymes with Osama. How the fuck am I losing? I'm so furious. I want to throw my hands in the air, but I can't. This is as high as they go because I am a war hero. It's amazing the role that race played. Race was such a huge thing in that election. Holy shit. I don't know. Race is so important to everybody. It seems. I don't give a shit about people's race. I don't care at all. I just go by weight, But and I'm pretty firm about my rules in that area. But because people are so sensitive. Even when people don't mean to be racist, apparently people get in trouble all the time. Although there are people that claim not to be racist that actually are. People tell me at least once a week that they're not racist. I hear people all the time, dude, I'm not racist. I'm not a racist. As soon as someone tells you they're not racist, that always means they're about to say the most racist shit you ever heard in your life. I'm not racist. But these fucking Mexicans, dude, holy shit. They come swimming over here all covered in herpes and shit. That's just what I read. I'm not racist. I'm saying it's just something. I'm all right with it. I'm not racist. I got a friend who's Mexican. Filipino, I think. Whatever, some fucking... But then there are people that genuinely aren't, that I guess Hillary Clinton got in trouble during the campaign because she said that white people wouldn't support Barack Obama during a general election. White people wouldn't support Barack Obama. And that sounded like something a Democrat shouldn't say, so she started using code words for white people, which was 50 times worse. Because instead of saying white people, she started saying hard-working Americans. Hard-working Americans are not gonna support Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Hard-working Americans, the ones that don't run fast and don't have giant cocks. Am I putting too fine a point on this? I'm getting old. It's depressing as shit. The president's a couple years older than me. Do you know how much of a fucking loser that makes me feel like? Seriously. When you see people your age are accomplishing real shit. He's out there trying to decide what to do about North Korea. I'm trying to decide whether to start dyeing my beard or not. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. What should I do? You know who's got to feel terrible about this election? Barack Obama's brother. He's got a half-brother who's like a homeless guy in Kenya. This guy's... Every politician has that fucked up asshole brother. Barack's got his brother. Bill Clinton had Roger Clinton. Jimmy Carter, of course, had Billy Carter. And Jeb Bush has George Bush. And that's a cute one. That's an adorable little one. I'm not, hopefully not, we won't be talking much about George Bush anymore after this special. But this is the last couple things I'm going to say. I'm happy as shit to be rid of him. First of all, I don't even understand. Even if you agreed with his policies, I don't see how anybody could have liked that guy. And then his bullshit and his fake character. I'm a cowboy, man. Look at me, I'm a cowboy. Mission accomplished, man. Hey, a fucking asshole. He grew up in Connecticut. He went to Andover Prep School. He was a cheerleader at Yale. He was a fucking cheerleader. Hey, man, I'm a cowboy, man. Mission accomplished. He was less of a cowboy than that guy in the Village People, for Christ's sake. He goes up to Angela Merkel. She's a world leader, the leader of Germany. Walks up behind her. He'd never met her before. Gives her a little shoulder rub. Little shoulder rub. How sexist and insulting is that? What kind of frat boy douchebag move? Gives her a little shoulder rub. There's such a youth-oriented culture, you know? It's like party when you're young, and then later you taper off and you just kind of fucking miserably die and fade away, you know? It should be the other way around. Like, I think the drinking age should be 40. I think you should start drinking at 40, because that's when you need it. You should save it up, build a foundation, and then get fucked up when you need it. Because, you know, when you're young, life is fine. Later on is when it gets fucking difficult. Like, my life is so much harder now than it was when I was younger. I want to be fucked up now all the time, you know? But I can't, because now I'm an alcoholic, and I can't drink at all. Because when I do, I end up snorting crystal meth off a switchblade at some after-hours bar, thinking, shit, I'm going to be late for my flight in the morning. Except it's like 2 in the afternoon, and the flight was 6 weeks ago, and you're like, holy shit, how did that happen? You know, save it up. Because, you know, the things you do when you're young are not that bad anyway. Parties are fun anyway. It's the things later in life that suck. Parent-teacher conferences. That's not so easy. Parent-teacher conferences. Finding out your kid's a half a tard. That'd be a lot easier with some fat rails and a few shots of Jack in you. Hey, what's that? He can't read? Well, maybe he's not a reader. Reading's not for everybody. Maybe he's just frustrated by the fact that reading seems like such a permanent form of communication. Maybe he's a visionary. Maybe he thinks that thought should be conveyed directly instead of being downloaded in this weird hieroglyphic transcription. Or sex. You know, you always go out, get drunk to get laid, or save it up for later. Later on is when you need the chemicals, you know, later. When you've been grudgingly pushing your semi-hard cock into the same woman for 25 years, that's when you need the beer goggles, I would think, at that point. Not when you're 18 or 19 and everything's more or less where it's supposed to be. It's later on. Let's face it, fucking old people's disgusting. She was pointing all these jobs out. There's very few women in this field. Pilots, there are very few women pilots. And that's true. There's not a lot of women pilots. I noticed I was on a plane the other day, and the pilot came on, and it was a woman. It was a woman's voice. She goes, "This is your captain, Captain Johnson." And everybody on that plane, men and women, were like, what the fuck? Seriously, put the real pilot on. Holy shit, this is a big fancy machine you're driving, Buttercup. This ain't some kind of Barbie's dream car you're dicking around with. But there are jobs that are hard for men to get too, you know? Bikini waxing jobs. I was talking to this guy, this fucking asshole, and the guy says, I couldn't believe the shit that was coming out of his mouth. He says, you know what, I don't know that I'm comfortable with a woman on the Supreme Court. I mean, I don't like when women get jobs like that. You know, I don't like women judges. You know, it's just like, you know, what if they have to make a real important decision and they're having their period or something, you know, and they're like cranky or whatever, and, you know, that's people's lives are on the line. How fucking ignorant is that? Is that the most ignorant shit you ever heard in your life? If she's having her period. Yeah! It's the most ignorant shit I ever heard. She's got to be in her 50s. On her period. This woman she's definitely been through menopause by now. She's almost as good as a dude now. She's got to be dry as a bone down there. What kind of ignorant asshole? It's like a desert. She might as well have balls. Why would you think she wouldn't make a good judge? It's like a guy because there's no more bleeding. When they named her, you know, to the court, she said that getting nominated to the Supreme Court was the most humbling experience of her life. Humbling. People always say that kind of thing at the wrong time. You know, humbling. This was so humbling. Well, they actually mean exactly the opposite. Oh, yeah, having the President of the United States call you up personally and ask you to be on the Supreme Court, that's a real kick in the face, huh? Holy shit. That really took me down a notch. Why don't you shit down my throat, Mr. President? Ever have sex with anybody? Holy shit, that's gotten ridiculous. People are so into that shit. You meet somebody, and 3 seconds later, you're on the phone, you got your cock in one hand, a thesaurus in the other. Like, oh, shit. I need another word for throbbing. How else would you put throb? Sucks when you're not as good at it as the other person, and they're like sending you these super hot erotica novels. You're like, yeah, do that to you too, LOL. Back at ya, LOL. But it does make it easier to get sexual with people. You couldn't do that back in the old days, you know, like carrier pigeon. What are you wearing? Sit there jerking off for 3 months till it comes back. I saw a commercial the other day for a car with rain-sensing windshield wipers. Rain-sensing windshield wipers. 1/6 of the world's population is starving, but we have scientists working hard to make sure that we don't have to do this. Was anyone not satisfied with the existing windshield wiper triggering systems? People driving around, dude, I can't be doing all kinds of twists and turns and extensions and all kinds of moves here. I'm just trying to text and drive. I can't be expected to look through the windshield and determine for myself whether it's raining. I'm not some kind of fucking meteorologist. One time they wouldn't let me get on a plane because they said I was too drunk. Too drunk to get on a plane. Do you know how fucked up you have to be for someone to look at you and go, sorry, sir, you are too drunk to sit. And I was actually pissed off. Whoa, fuck, I could sit down. I'm good at sitting. Want to look for missing children over here behind the wall? There are more whipped men on television than there were on the Amistad. It's a fucking miserable existence. Did you see this guy that got hit by lightning? He got hit by lightning 7 times. He'd been hit by lightning 7 times and survived, and then he killed himself over a woman. God couldn't kill this guy. Send in the experts. There was a guy. This is. Oh shit. There was how about that guy jumped off the Carnival cruise ship? Jumped off the cruise ship, jumped off the balcony of a cruise ship into the ocean because he got into a fight with his wife about his bar tab. So he jumped into the ocean and drowned. That story sounds insane to anyone that's never been married. Because I swear to God, I'm not saying this for a fact. When I heard that story, I thought, yeah, shit, I could see exactly how something like that. You're drunk. I'm on vacation. You're fucking drunk. I'm on fucking vacation. You're gonna be hungover tomorrow. You're supposed to take ice sculpting classes on the Lido deck. If you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna jump off this goddamn balcony. You don't have the balls. Even Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they seem to be pretty happy together. And even he has to play that role of the cliche, stereotyped, douchebaggy, loser husband. You know, oh, I don't know. You'll have to ask Michelle. Holy shit, if I heard the number of times he would say during the campaign, like, well, she's the smart one. Really? That's really what he thinks, huh? Yeah. You know, she's the smart one in the family. I mean, I'm president of the United States of America, but I mean, she really is the one that... You know, they asked him during the campaign if he quit smoking. They said, what happened with your smoking? He said, well, I made a deal with Michelle that I could run for president if I quit smoking. So, you know how that played out. Really? Really? You really think that's how it went down? Really? He had to ask for permission. He had to make a little deal with Wifey Poo to run for fucking president of the United States. Please, Michelle, please. I really, really want to be president. I know that doesn't sound like him. I'm doing a character. I'd turn him into like fucking Bullwinkle or something. Oh, please. I really want to be president, Michelle. You're the smart one, please. What about the smoking, Barack? If that's true, how would he ever possibly negotiate with other world leaders? You'll halt the development of your nuclear program immediately. Really? Did your wife tell you to say that? Look at me, I'm smoking. I love to smoke. Oh, it's delicious to smoke. Should I just talk to Michelle directly, or do you have any fucking balls at all left? You pussy whip faggot. Let me ask you. Do you want to...